So, a lot of you have said that you like this microphone. I know I have a Tascam, but that's for a different purpose. It's for up close, very close sounds. But I have a request for this bag. This Louis Vuitton OnTheGo GM. It's the heaviest bag I've ever had. And it's got the Zoomoni interior bag organizer. This is specifically designed for the OnTheGo GM. Highly recommend it. I have a discount code that I will leave in the description in case you guys want to purchase it. I don't make any money off of it, but my viewers just get a bonus, like just a discount if they use my code, and that's all. It's the exchange that they had for me because I did a review for them. So in return, my viewers get discount. There's no commission or anything. But it's perfect. I love it. And I think the Simone is actually nicer than Samorga. It's really well made. So I'm going to put that over there. See the inside of the bag. It's really, really structured. It's very structured bag. And it's all canvas. This is the first version, the original version, where the handles are also canvas, and I prefer this version to the black leather handle version. The reason why they changed is because the canvas handles apparently started to peel with the glazing, but people are honestly ridiculous. Even if it starts to peel, it's so easy to buy this glazing on eBay, and you can glaze it yourself. I know, and I understand people don't really want to do that, but I just think aesthetically it's worth it, because just random black straps on this bag look so weird to me. There's nothing else black on this bag to pull it together. It just looks out of place. Likewise, if there was the beautiful empreinte version of this and it had canvas straps, it would look the same. It would look weird. It looks better when it's all uniform. I love the opposite colours of this bag. So you get two different coloured handles and two different coloured straps. So this bag can be carried at the crook of your arm. It's so weird, but when you have a heavy bag, even the organizer adds weight. Even though it's not that heavy, every little thing inside of a heavy bag makes a difference. Because it is a big organizer, there is quite a bit of weight to it, considering it's empty. And considering it's felt, it's a very heavy duty felt. So I think if I actually use this bag, if I had a lot of stuff and if I was traveling, maybe I'd prefer to not use the organizer. I don't know. Unless I can fit a lot of the stuff within it and not have too many pouches. But when you've got lots of pouches, you start to add weight too, because each pouch contributes to the weight. What's really beautiful about this bag is that, you know what, it depends on how you look at it. It can be beautiful, it can be absolutely gaudy. When I first saw this bag, I really didn't like it. I thought, wow, make up your mind. Regular size monogram, giant monogram, mini monogram, make up your mind. And I thought it was really, really tacky. Like a clustered shit show of a bag. But things grow on you sometimes, don't they? And yeah, at first I was like, oh my god, one side is this colour, the other side is that colour. It's all crazy. It's very mixed match and crazy looking. But once you get used to it, it's kind of cool, kind of edgy, and not very popular. I've seen a few people with this bag, but nothing compared to the Neverfull, obviously. I've got a clip here. It's a very stiff bag. People don't know what the clips are for on these totes. I'm going to tell you, but it's not what you think it is. A lot of people are like, why is there a clip on the Neverfull? Why is there a clip on these big totes of Louis Vuitton? It doesn't prevent people from reaching in and grabbing things and stealing. It's not theft prevention, darlings. The clip literally is for keeping the handles together, so your hands aren't stretching or pulling them together and stressing out your fingers. Do you know what I mean? Because without the clip, the handles are going to be very far apart if you stuff your bag and you're going to be struggling to squeeze them together. Or when they're on your shoulder and your bag is very stuffed, the one outer strap is going to keep falling off your shoulder. So this clip here helps the handles or the straps stay together, so it's easier to wear and carry, so they're not constantly trying to be forced apart or falling off your shoulder. That's why there's a clip, darlings. Now you know. There's an interior zippered compartment with a really beautiful zipper to show you. And it zips. I'll let you hear it. Quite a large pocket. And there's two slip pockets in there as well. It's just a tote. Very structured, heavy tote. What puts a lot of weight is like how they were stitched. See? You're losing a lot of space because of how they're cinched at the corners. You're losing a good half an inch on each corner. Some people love it, some people are not a fan of this bag. I love it, but I'm not a fan of its weight. It's a very heavy bag, but it's a very classy, edgy looking bag. Great for work, for school. Obviously I wouldn't carry it into work, I'm just an intern. But I mean, one day maybe I can carry this into work. And obviously if you're using a car, I would never recommend you running around London with this heavy bag because your arms and your back are going to age you. Some people have mentioned, the actual graphic of the pattern is, what did they say, distressed or like that worn look. Because if you look very closely, it's not solid. But you know what? If you look really closely on the regular monogram, it's the same thing. They've always looked like this. It's because it's blown up and you just didn't notice it before. But if you look really, really closely at a regular monogram, the print has always been kind of striped. Looks stamped and striped. Just kind of looks like that. It was never just a solid colour like that. The chaps on this bag are quite nice. And rolled handles are always quite comfortable to carry. I love rolled handles. So symmetrical. I mean, obviously symmetry is a trait of Louis Vuitton. But sometimes the way the flowers are cut off aren't always the nicest. For example, I would never get a monogram Speedy 35 because the way the flowers are cut on the sides of the bag, there's more room. There's 4 flowers on each side of that bag on the sides, and there's much more room at the top. So you get like 4 flowers on the bottom, and then you got all this space, and then you get LVs cut off at the very top. There's only very specific bags where the LV logo is cut off, but it's in such a way where they're almost not there. You see a little bit of it. You just won't get logos completely cutting off down the middle or something and whatever. They're symmetrically cut off and they're not really even there. It's like the edge of them on each side. So some people get very confused with symmetry and the cut of Louis Vuittons, and it really depends on the model and depends on the bag. This bag is very structured. I can't even tell you how structured. Like, look at it, it's very boxy. Personally, I don't like the size of the MM or the PM. It's very weird. This bag is almost too big. MM is too small. And the PM, what is that? It looks like a little lunchbox. So boxy. I feel like if you're going to get a smaller bag, I'd rather get a different shape, because the smaller this goes, the boxier and silly it looks. It's so lunchbox looking. Where this one looks like a tote, it can get away with being so square because it is large. There's a little bit of room to kind of, even though it's stiff, it's less stiff than the smaller ones, right? The MM is a nice size on some people. I really think, obviously there's no rule that says, oh, if you're a certain height you can't wear a bag, or I'm this height, which one? But there is such thing as proportionality. Like, when my mom tried this bag on, like, already it's a big bag on me, but I can get away with it. But when she tried this bag on, it was taking over her. She looked like this child, you know, with this big, huge bag on her, and it hung so low, it just looked ridiculous, it looked awkward. So there's something to be said about height and proportion. You know, you don't want the bag to wear you, and that's what happens if you have a huge bag. I'm not short, I'm not tally, I'm not like super tall, I'm like kind of average tall, but one of my Cotopaxi bags, the Uyuni, is so big. I kind of look ridiculous when I carry it, especially because I'm thin. And I remember walking through the airport with it on my back, and I was like, oh my god, I look like those 3-year-old kids carrying a huge backpack to school. Like, yeah. So there's something to be said. Like, obviously you do what you want, but it's just physics. If you wear something huge that's disproportionate to your body, it will look like it's taking over you. It just happens. But look at all the detail. The toffee coloured little edge cover, whatever, I don't even know the name for this, corresponding with the chocolate on the toffee. Everything's opposite, right? Toffee on chocolate, chocolate on toffee. It's very cute. And apparently they've discontinued this bag, or they're going to discontinue it or something. So yeah, I will hang on to it for sure. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this luxury, soft-spoken Louis Vuitton OnTheGo GM review. Anyways, have a great night, and